About 10 passengers, including myself, left the aircraft. Outside, the wind was strong. The cold came quickly. The air felt thin. A large electric cart waited nearby. Inside, oxygen masks were fixed in front of each seat. A notice said to use them if breathing became difficult. The elderly couple beside me picked theirs up. When everyone was seated, the cart began to move. There was no announcement. Through the wide windows, the landing area came into view. Another aircraft stood at the far edge. Otherwise, the space was empty. A few workers in helmets moved below. Several robots approached the aircraft we had arrived in. After a few minutes, the cart stopped in front of a glass-walled room at the center of the platform. The doors opened. We entered one by one. Inside, the space resembled a hotel lobby. Large white oval sofas were arranged across the floor. At a counter in the back, a young woman operated a monitor. Another door stood beside her. Blue lights appeared on the white floor, marking a path. They led to several check-in terminals along the wall. I scanned my ID. The screen asked for my purpose of stay and its length. Then it instructed me to proceed to the hotel floor. I followed the lights past the counter and toward the back wall. A section of the wall opened slowly, splitting in two. Inside was a large elevator. 3 sides were transparent. On the opposite side of the platform, hangars and storage units were lined up. Several identical elevators stood nearby. The building's center was open, with the elevators arranged around it. A middle-aged man and a young woman entered after me. The doors closed. The elevator began to descend. A display showed the stops, my hotel floor and one residential floor above it. I was the only one with a suitcase. The other 2 looked familiar with the place. I thought they might live here. The elevator moved slowly. It was quiet. The sound of the motors was barely audible. The first few floors below the airfield showed only white walls and shutters. Nothing inside was visible. They seemed to be technical levels. Below that, several floors were filled with plants. Sunlight reached them easily. They were likely used for agriculture. After that came more white-walled floors. Robots moved through the corridors. No people were visible. The doors along the passageways were all closed. After descending further, people began to appear. The floor resembled an arcade. Shops and offices lined the corridor. Many people moved through the space. Their ages and clothing varied. There were no children. After several similar floors, the elevator stopped. The other 2 passengers got off. Outside, doors with room numbers were evenly spaced. It looked like an apartment hallway. As the doors began to close, an elderly man entered, pushing a small cart. A small white dog sat inside it. The dog looked at me. It did not bark. It only watched. I watched back. The elevator stopped at my floor. I stepped out into the hotel entrance. A guide robot moved toward me from the wall. I selected check-in on its display and scanned my ID. My room number and a floor map appeared. An automatic door opened. I took my suitcase and followed the directions. At the room, I scanned my ID again and entered. It was a standard single room. Near the door were a bathroom and a small closet. Inside were a bed, a small desk, and a single chair by the window. Only the upper part of the window could be opened, controlled by a button on the desk. When I opened it, cool air came in. Beyond the window was blue sea and sky. A few white clouds. Far away, grey birds flew. I wondered where they nested. Even if there was land, it might not be large enough for people. From this height, the surface of the sea was hard to see. The view was simple. Nothing artificial was visible. I thought it might become familiar with time. I wondered how those who lived here felt about it. I was here for maintenance work at a commercial facility. My meeting with the client was scheduled for the night, After closing, I had time. I searched the tower's information system, considering a meal and some shopping. Then an alarm sounded. The desk display changed on its own. A message appeared in red against a black background. A possible rise in sea level has been detected. In 15 minutes, all outward-facing doors and windows will close. Return indoors. Elevators will stop at nearby floors. Exit and wait there. Use stairways to move between floors. The same message played in a mechanical voice. Daytime sea level changes were said to be rare. The display showed the probability as undetermined. The expected time was also undetermined. I felt a slight tension. Still, the chance that my floor would be affected was low. Less than 10%. The detailed data supported this. There was nothing else to do. I returned to the information system. 3 floors below was a shopping center with a food court and small stores. I decided to go later. I unpacked my suitcase. I checked the items I would need for the meeting. The warning played again. This time, it said 5 minutes. The probability was now 40%. The time was still undetermined. I watched the view outside. Nothing had changed. The sea was still. Then the window closed on its own. Nothing followed. I considered changing clothes. I decided to do it later, after eating, before meeting the client. I washed my face and hands. I fixed my makeup. When I returned to the desk, the probability had dropped to 10%.